All right, guys, we got this apart. We got this Sal's out here watering his pumpkins. So that's going to be his 4-H project for school, watering all them pumpkins. We got the new starter switch hooked onto everything here. But you can see, look at the points on this. See, that's where the old starter switch wasn't running true, and it was shorting. You know, it was sparking everything and burned up that switch, the other starter switch there. So I'm going to clean that sucker up here with this little mini wire brush. You know, for many of you guys, you probably know what I'm doing here, but some of you don't. So, you know, I really liked the guy that I bought this tractor from. I really liked him. He's 70, and he thought later in life, you know, he had participated in tractor pulls when he was a young guy with his dad's straight WDs. And he had done real well, and that was before the WD-45s came out. So anyhow, he got some time as his kids left home, and he bought this, and he thought he was going to enter tractor pulls, and he said he found out he didn't do it near as well as he thought he would, because everything people were putting in was modified and, you know, so on in that class now. And so anyhow, he had, I don't know if I've showed you guys this before or not, but I'll come around and show you. He wanted to go faster. He was in the hills of southeast Ohio, and he was pulling tandem hay wagons up the hills. And so what he had done, he had blue twine tied around this and run all the way back here that he could pull it. So he could go against the governor. He could make the engine roar. And, you know, I took it off because I didn't like the engine. It was roaring so bad it was vibrating the fender when I was sitting on it. And so after I took that off, I got to noticing, well, he had also switched or shortened the rod to the governor. So it'll run faster than I would like it to, and there's not much I can do if I can't switch it, if I get a longer rod, because I don't like to over rev engines like that. You know, it's an old machine and it needs to be treated with some TLC. So anyhow, he bought the battery the day I bought it. He went and got this battery for it, and he didn't measure it. He just went and bought a battery. Look, it doesn't fit in a box. And he said later, I should have measured it, I know. But, you know, he didn't. And most everything he did on this, he cobbled up. And his boys didn't want to be on the farm. You know, he had milked 80 cows when he was younger, and then stuck there by himself. His boys wanted to sell on the internet and other things. So anyhow, these came with the power crater pistons. Back in those days, in the 50s, these were the king of the heap for the powerful tractors at that time. And this is about 45 horsepower. It was a big deal then. They're still really powerful for what they are. It's amazing what they'll pull. But anyhow, what I like about them is the spin-on oil filters. And I love the toolboxes. All the Allis-Chalmers big tractors came with toolboxes on them. And, you know, to work on these, it only takes a few things. They're not difficult. So anyhow, guys, I got this new one on here together. I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to pause the video and get that on, and we'll come back. All right, so anyhow, guys, I wasn't satisfied with the way I got that cleaned up on the outer edge, so I went and got a file so I could clean it up a little better. I want it to be right. I don't want it sparking and burning up parts. I want a good shine on it. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I got the new one on. I got the old one off, as I told you. See how it pulled out? It's burnt. Everything was burnt. The points in it, look at there, all black. Because it was sparking, it was arcing over. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up just a little bit more with the file. The wire brush, the little wire brush wasn't quite enough. So I'm going to take just a little more off of it right there. And I'm happy with it now. It's good to go. I'm going to put it back together here. Put it on. Everything's on right here. As I said, this is the way he had it mismatched. This bottom one and the rubber washer just fell off of it. But this starter switch is fine. It has a complete hole at the bottom and at the top. The old one didn't. It had a super, super big hole at the bottom, and I was surprised it had a hole. I thought it had a slide. But anyhow, I'll see if I can't get this on here better than what he had and make this sucker work. I've got the wires on it. I'm just going to put it back onto the starter, and then we'll go from there. I had it on pause. So I don't know if I had got a message or what, but it sounded like it. Okay, we're just about got this thing on here tight. I've got a couple more to tighten up. Again, I'm like him. I had to use what I had. I didn't have any extra screws around here or anything else. The main thing is, yeah, it's good and making good connection. It's good and tight on there. But now I've got to just tighten up this. Tighten up the nut for the connectors. Is this the one I was using? I got a new one that's a little bigger. Let's see. Or maybe I took it off, the socket off, and used this one after I was done with it. Yeah, I probably did. It's in a rough spot for this. I think I got the socket right there in the toolbox. I'm going to have to go back and grab it. And do not like this. Alright, let me see. Maybe it's right there. That's it right there. That's the one I need. Is it? No, they switch. That is a different size. Ain't it? Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah, the old, I should have, I don't know if the old one would have worked on it or not. Actually, let me finish getting this on. I should have maybe tightened that before I got that rest of that on there. Might have worked better. There we go. There's Lowry and a lot of you guys on here. They're probably doing this stuff all the time, more than I do. But I gotta make do with what I got. And it's a little, there we go. There we go. There. Keep that from, I don't want to bust that cable in there. Hold it from tightening that, like that. We're getting a little bit at a time. Socket would have been a heck of a lot quicker. There. All right, we got that there. Now we're gonna install our cable back onto the battery. Let's get these parts and let me put them in the toolbox right now. Put the cable on there. See how the new one works. All right, we're in neutral. You know, I'm going to clean this terminal before I put it on. Battery terminal brush cleaner, whatever you want to call it. There. Shine that up pretty good. Should I tap that down on there for just a minute here? Hopefully, and we'll see if she's firing up. Back up, buddy. Get away. Back up. Just in case I... Oh, let's get my can bullet off of there. Get the can bullet off the stack. Hopefully the battery didn't drain while I had that apart. Oh, but I'm going to have to tap it. Yeah, I'm going to have to tap it a little bit. There we go. And your video man behind you is Sal. So tell us the deal,
buddy. So, make sure to like and subscribe and
turned on the gas line.
and share this video with others. We want to hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers so that we can monetize our account and so that you guys can help us keep on making more content. So, bye.